What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and another video. Today we're talking about tuning your BMW. I have gotten a lot of messages on Instagram and on my YouTube channel that people are scared to tune their cars because of what happened to my BMW, and specifically the N20 motor. I did post a video. It says that I broke my BMW, and quite frankly, my BMW was pretty messed up. Now, I cannot prove to the fact that it was the tune, but what I can say is that the tune did have a role into the wear and tear of my motor. And that led to poor maintenance upkeep of my car. Now, I would love for this video to be kind of like a conversation in the comments. I love responding to the comments. And for a lot of you that are watching this right now, if you have tuned your car, no matter what motor it is, if it's a BMW, obviously, shed some light, drop a comment below, and let's have a conversation about this into what you guys may believe could be the real issue here. And for whatever answer I find to be truth, I will pin your comment to the top so that way, you know, it could just be up top and just bring value to the group, right? So right off the back, my BMW N20 motor 320i did have a stage 1 tune by Pro Tuning Freaks, right? It's called boot mode. And I had this for well over a year. I drove it for well over 40,000 miles with the following bolt-ons: charge pipe by FTP, inlet, intake, diverter valve by GoFastBits. And I believe that's all I had in the motor. I had a boost pipe waiting, but that doesn't really affect anything at all. But preventive maintenance, those are the pipes and stuff that I installed into the motor to make sure it could withstand that tune. I had no issues for that full year. I drove it to Arizona, straight and back. I mean, San Francisco, from LA, you know, it just went all over the place, and honestly, zero issues. The upkeep of my car, I was pretty religious on it. You know, the car would flag me at 6,000 miles for an oil change, so I would do it at 3. Tune-ups, it was every 12, I would do it at 6. And whenever I felt the idle just kind of like dingling on like startup or on a stop sign, I would react to it and do something about it. Either check the spark plugs, flush the oil, or just make sure it's running healthy. Because again, the stage 1 tune is an aggressive tune. I added, like Pro Tuning Freak states, over 86 horsepower to the car. That's an aggressive tune, guys. And to be quite frank, the N20 motor, it is a baby motor. It's not meant to be tuned, but guess what? Pro Tuning Freaks designed a tune for the N20 motor. So I mean, it could take it, but can it handle it long-term wise? I'm not sure. It's still up for debate, right? And so that is what I had in my car so far. So here is where the problem happened. So one day I decided to kind of explore upping the fuel quality of my car. And I decided to put in an octane booster, right? I grabbed an octane booster, which was this one over here. There we go. This one right here is the octane booster that I used on my car. It was recommended that I do this. In fact, Pro Tuning Freak suggested that I use VP Racing, but I couldn't find VP Racing, so I used Lucas. And Lucas is, I mean, they're a reputable company. You know, I use them all the time to clean my fuel injectors and whatnot. So I put a little bit of this in my car, and I did feel a difference. I felt the difference. I did feel a difference in the throttle response and just how the car operated. The moment that I inputted the octane booster and I filled up again, that's where things got a little funny, right? I noticed the idle kind of like skipping a little bit. I noticed a couple misfires here and there. And the way that I detected those misfires was through my OBD port, right? I got one of these Wi-Fi agents. Obviously, you hook up this OBD port to the Wi-Fi agent, and I'm able to just review the codes on my phone. Now, I was experiencing misfires for the past couple of months. It would go on and off. It was like just various times that I would get them. For a month, you know, I would check it, I got them, clear the codes, I ran it for over 50 miles, 100 miles, and nothing will come up, and I thought nothing of it. So what I did is I took it to BMW, I got it serviced, changed out the spark plugs, solved the issue, right? Or so I thought. So after I put in that octane booster, things started happening and things started acting weird with my car. One day my car just started doing one of these rough idle type deal things, and my whole car was shaking. I ran the codes and I found super knocking on cylinder 3, right? And at that point I got worried and I called BMW and they say, oh, super knocking is related to fuel quality. So just bring it in and we'll see what we can do with it. Okay, dope. Drove it out to BMW, the dealership, and they checked it out. Surprisingly, they did not find the tune, but they did say that, you know, because there were other visible mods on the car, they have to flag it because of aftermarket, right? So therefore they cannot repair it. So they suggested whenever they have a super knock on a cylinder and there is a cylinder low compression, that they by default need to swap out the motor, which I totally get, because if there is low compression in the cylinder, guess what? There may be some scoring, very, very subtle scoring on the cylinder walls, which quite frankly, the car could probably run if they just bore it and put it on a new piston ring. But that's a lot of work. It's a lot of time consuming, which therefore relates to just getting a whole new motor. So that's what happened in my car, right? Those are the bolt-ons. That's the stuff that I put into my engine, the octane booster. I'm always running 91 octane, and that's what happened. So a couple of theories is that octane booster aggravated my car and just kind of did it, right? It was a cherry on top to how my car just malfunctioned. Now, one thing to consider as well is that the last time that I got my car serviced was 15,000 miles prior to this incident happening, right? I took it to the dealership, they did an oil change and spark plug change, or so I thought. And I later discovered, obviously when this whole issue happened, 15,000 miles later, that my spark plugs were never changed by BMW. In fact, spark plug number 3, the one that's having that, you know, cylinder low compression, was black. I mean, completely black. In fact, I think I might still have that. So in fact, here it is right here. I don't know if my camera can focus on it. Let me see if I can get a nice shot. Yep, here it is. So as you can tell, this bad boy right here. So this bad boy right here, hopefully you can focus on it. It's black. The tip is blacked out. I mean, I've never seen a blacker spark plug in my life. So let me refocus. So this is the spark plug that I pulled out from the cylinder 3. And I asked myself, man, I'm running a stage 1 tune, right, for 15,000 miles with a burnt out spark plug. Could this have been the culprit into my cylinder just malfunctioning and causing scoring, which led to the low compression of my cylinder, right? That's a theory. So to recap, theory number 1, was it the spark plug that led to my cylinder malfunctioning, causing scoring, that led to low compression of cylinder number 3, right? Theory number 2 is, well, the N20 motor can handle a tune. Even though I had it for over a year, drove it for over 40,000 miles on stage 1 with the proper bolt-ons and upkeep and maintenance and all that stuff, I don't know, maybe the tune wasn't. Maybe the N20 motors can't handle a tune. And theory number 3, failure to upkeep the car, which kind of goes back to number 1, which was a bad spark plug. If I would have kept up to date with the spark plugs, the moment that I received a notification that there was a misfire, if I would have treated it, changed the sparks, checked the coil packs and all that stuff, would have my car lived? Possibly. So there's a couple theories there. I don't know. I just wanted to just be open about it, see what happened, kind of share some light to the situation. And if you had tuned your car, if you have a tune on your car right now, specifically an N20 motor, share your experience. You know, what's going on? Drop a comment below and let me know, let all of us know. Are you running any misfires? Are your idles pretty rough on startup, cold start, warm start, you know, on a red light, parked? I mean, how are your idles running? Are they like steady or are they going like this? You know, what's your maintenance upkeep look like? I mean, do you recommend it? So I'm curious to know, and I wanted this video to be kind of like a conversation. So shed some light, you know, write a comment below, and I would love to hear from all of you. Again, guys, I hope that this brought you some value into tuning your BMW, and I hope that this can bring light into a lot of you that are scared to tune your car. I believe that if the motor can handle it, you know, if there are forged internals or some sort of durability in the motor, like this B-F-8, I know for sure it can handle a tune stock. Any M car, S55S engine can handle a tune because they have forged internals. The N20s, unfortunately, those engines are meant for, you know, just economy gas savers, right? They're not meant to be on the track, even though I have heard and seen N20s go well over 350 wheel horsepower. How did they do it? I don't know, they'd probably be dropping some crazy cash on forged internals, or, I mean, I'm not really sure. They probably rebuilt that engine to withstand that kind of horsepower. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it brought you some value. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on tuning a BMW motor. What motor you're running, how long have you had the tune, and any issues. That's what I would love to hear. So thank you guys. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you next week.